The O'Malleys by Raylene Austin. Q 2439. Narrated by Lex Marinos. Jock strode through the door of the Shamrock. He thought he was early, but Sean was sitting at the bar with a Guinness in front of him. The barman saw Jock and put a bottle of Belhaven on the bar for him. "Sean, I didn't expect to see you this early." "I'm here because I've got some sad news to tell you," mumbled Sean over his beer. "I won't be here for the next few days. Mary's making me go down to the city. Mick's son Liam is graduating from the diversity. Mary said as this is the first person in our family to graduate from diversity, we should be proud grandies and be there to support him. The invite said there'd be a celebration at a restaurant after." Mary had coerced Sean down to the OP shop to find him a suit. Sean wasn't too happy about that, as he had a suit, the one he was married in, and it had served him for weddings and funerals over the past 50 years. Sean and Mary married in Ireland and immigrated to Australia in the 60s. They moved to the country where they raised 6 children. The children now had their children. Mary knew all their names and birthdays, but it was too many for Sean to remember. He worked in a white goods factory putting parts together, but his greatest love was his vegetable garden that included his much-loved potatoes. They may not have had a lot of money, but the family never went hungry, as there was always plenty of potatoes and vegetables on their plates. Sean and Jock exchanged packages. Veggies for Jock and shortbread for Sean. People observing the two of them would wonder how they understood each other. The Irish lilt and the Scottish brogue sounded gibberish to most, but they'd been friends for a long time. Since retiring, they met Wednesday, Thursday and Friday at the Shamrock at 4 o'clock, making sure they were home in time for tea. "When are you going to the city?" asked Jock. "Tomorrow, on the morning train. Mary's already packed our bag as we're staying at our Mick's house. Mary's written down the names of Mick's flock so I can remember their names. You know, I don't like change. I'm getting a bit fidgety about leaving home." "You have to go if this is your first wee one graduating from university. What subject did he study?" "Engineering. Can you bloody believe that? Must have Mary's brains for sure, not mine. His dad's a plumber, and now he's created an engineer." "Aye, you must be very proud. Mary will have a tear in her eye at the ceremony," said Jock. "I look forward to your tales when we meet next week." Sean and Mary were on the morning train. Mary had packed sandwiches and a thermos for the trip to the city. Mick met them at the station and loaded their case and the compulsory bag of vegetables into the boot. The next morning was the graduation. Mary looked beautiful in her new dress, and Sean complained bitterly about wearing a tie, but he left it on, loosening it every 5 minutes. When he saw Liam all dressed in his cloak and hat, he said, "I thought you were an engineer, not a bloody priest." Liam laughed. "Grandy, this is what all the graduates will be wearing, and there's no way I'll be a priest. Mum and Dad curse me now for not going to Mass." Off they went to the university. The great hall was crowded with so many people. When Liam received his degree, Sean let out a whistle and sang out, "That's my grandson!" and Mary, feeling a little bit embarrassed, hit him on his arm. After the ceremony, the graduates threw their hats in the air. This amused Sean, as how did they know which one was theirs when they landed on the ground? The family gathered around Liam and photos were taken. Sean shook his hand and Mary gave him a hug and a kiss on the cheek. Climbing into cars, they headed off to the restaurant to celebrate Liam's achievement. At the end of the meal, Liam was presented with a watch which was inscribed on the back, "With hard work you can achieve." Mick made a speech and thanked his parents for being brave enough to leave all they'd known to migrate to Australia to make a better life and to raise their family. "My mum and dad showed us that love is the most important thing in life, along with family. My brothers and sisters have all gone in many diverse directions, but we are still one family. I hope, Liam, that we have shown and guided you in your life, that you will not only go forward, but remember how you got there. A toast to Liam the engineer and to Sean and Mary for creating the O'Malley clan. Cheers, said Mick. Sean met up with Jock at their usual time the following Wednesday. They put down a few pints while Sean relayed the story of the trip to the city. The end.